Hello and welcome. This is the first episode in the series Deck Construction, where anyone in TeamShakySnake will take an archetype and will build a deck around the archetype, and we'll see how the deck progresses as we play it. So that way the deck is always under construction. I decided to go with the dual avatar archetype for the first videos, and I really like it so far. So far the deck's been amazing. So let's get into the deck profile. Run 2 Nibiru, 3 Fists, 3 Feats, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Effect Veiler, 3 Fusion Deployment, 1 Rhoda, 3 Pot of Desires, 1 Upstart Goblin, 1 Terraforming, 1 Monster Reborn, 3 Calling. This is essentially the whole deck. I just want to see this card as much as possible. It is what makes the deck run. 1 Called by the Grave, 3 2 is 1 for the traps, 3 Infinite Impermanence, 3 Returns, 3 Duty. For the extra deck, I run 2 General, 3 of the Fusion Fists, 3 of the Fusion Feats. For Exceeds, I run a Photon Strike Balancer, a Constellar Pleiades. For Links, I run Boral Sword Dragon, Access Code Talker, Nightmare Unicorn, Nightmare Phoenix, and Icewool. This is my first dual back, so this is also going to involve a ton of misplays. I don't know what anything's doing right now, so I'm really letting the game kind of play itself. My opponent will be going first, and they're going to be activating Foolish Burial Goods, sending Witchcrafter Creation to the grave, and passing their turn. I'm going to be activating Calling, discarding Feet, and then special summoning out my 5 tokens to special summon a Fists and Feats, and then I will be attacking directly with both. And then I will also be setting a Returns and passing my turn. They're going to be activating Witchcrafter Unveiling, which is going to let them special out. They're going to activate Hain to discard. I choose to destroy Fists because I really want to bring them Fists back with Returns. I'm going to Ash Blossom the Metal Fuzz Fusion that he discarded off of Hain, and he's going to just attack over. He's going to be grabbing back Creation. I'm going to be playing Terraforming to grab 2 as 1, be activating 2 as 1 to grab Fists. He is going to then chain Hain's effect to discard a spell to destroy 2 as 1. Normal summon Fists, activate Return in order to grab Fusion Fists. Fusion Fists effect will go off to destroy. Now I will activate Fists effect in order to grab Calling, activate Calling. This deck is just summon tokens and fuse. I really like it. I misplay here after summoning out the Fists and the Kicks. I forget that Returns makes it to where they can't attack directly. So I should have Monster Reborn something, literally anything, because I leave him with 400 life points. And this is where I think this is going to end up to bite me, because I left my opponent alive, and he's just going to come back and OTK me. My opponent activates Witchcrafter Creation, grabbing Witchcrafter Schematica. Activates Metal Fusion to shuffle back on the deck in order to draw a card. My opponent is going to be activating Monster Reborn to grab back Hain, and then they are going to be summoning out Guinea, activating Guinea's effect in order to special out Madam. Gain effect in Grave to special summon Schematica, and then Schematica is going to attack over, and then Hain's going to attack over. In their end phase, they get Holiday back to their hand. I draw Nibiru, trash draw, but I still have the monster born in hand. So, and I was thinking as long as they leave me at least an opening, I'll be able to win. So I try to activate Fist's effect, and then I just go into Photon Strike Bouncer because it gets negated and attack for game. On to game 2, I'm facing the same Witchcrafter player as last time. I was able to get a back-to-back games with him. He does extra foolish. He just does foolish burial goods on unveiling. Activates creation to grab schematica to hand, and ends. So I get another chance to just wipe him out. I activate the field spell, grabbing Fists to hand, and at this point I haven't realized that I can activate the field spell to give me a token, so I can pop the token with Fists instead of popping himself, which would be a better play. But I haven't figured that out yet, so I'm going to get 5 tokens. I opened up a lot of the traps this game, and I haven't really used them. I decided to go for 2 of the Fusion Fists to just go in for 4,200. We're going to see what he's going to do. He's going to activate Mind Drain, so I can't Ash him. But he's just going to wind up ending his turn with Madame and passing. So I'll be able to get... I just have to be able to get around 2,800. So I go for the Fusion spell. If I make General, I'll be able to get over him. So I make General, which is going to be at 36. General is going to bounce that back to hand, since By Street is preventing it from being destroyed. So it's going to be bounced to hand, and then I'm going to attack directly for game. Next team is against Shadalls, which I haven't seen in a very long time. I remember playing them and liking them. They set Falco pass, so I figure I'm just going to go in. I have a decent hand for pretty much anything. I still don't know what they're playing at this point. So I have Effect Veiler and Nibiru. This is the game where I found out that I can use the field spell to get a token. He Nibiru's me, which is sad because I lose my tokens due to the field spell. All the tokens are destroyed at the end phase. So he attacks, so he just deals 3,000 to me. And I still don't know what he's playing at this point, but he did tribute for a monster and set it. And I was thinking, like, what could this be? I tried to activate Fists to get the spell to hand, but he Ash Blossoms me. Luckily, I used Desires, and I grab it off Desires. So I get the tokens, and I find out that General is really good because it negates effects, so the flip effects won't go off. So I attacked his set Falco, returning the Beast to hand, and then got in for 24 direct. I don't really want to use Upstart Goblin, so I'm very hesitant on that, but I'm just going to attack all of his face downs because I know he's playing Shadalls at this point, and I don't want their flip effects to go off, so I attack all of his face downs with General. Here he draws into El Shadal Fusion, gets out Construct. I choose to Veiler the Construct, so that way its effect in the battle phase can't go through to destroy. So he has to beat over me, which is fine because I take the damage, but I still have a high enough monster to beat over him. He activates Dynamiscus to get rid of my bluffed fusion deployment. Set Shadow Games, but I have Veiler in hand. Desires number 2 draws my last monster. Luckily, I didn't banish it because I thought I was done for. But luckily, I got very lucky and I drew into my last monster. He activates Shadow Games. I Ash it. And if he draws like literally anything, he could just stall me out. but he drew Gamma. So I attack directly, set Imperm. He draws Nibiru. So literally on the last turn I can do anything, I win the duel. This duel is against Dragon Link, and I'm going to be 100% honest, I don't know what anything a Dragon Link does, so I just want to negate everything. Whenever he linked, I thought that I had made a big mistake by Imperming the Gateway Dragon, because he just went into a Link 1. I Imperm that as well. I really just want no effects to go off on his side. Luckily, I still have the Nibiru in hand in case he was able to go off. So I'm just gonna fusion, and I decided that just straight attacking would be better because I know since he's special summoned I could destroy something, but I figured just attacking his monsters would deal more damage. So I lose my token. So he's going to kind of go off here. I'm going to Effect Veiler. He's going to get another summon. He's going to draw 2 cards. And activate Quick Launch to get Tracer. Going to go into Discover the Dragon. He's going to Synchro Summon into Warlord Savage Dragon. And at that point, I'm just going to Nibiru. I don't know how far he could have gone, but I didn't want him to keep going. Maybe that's the bad play. I don't know. So I'm going to Desires. I don't really have a way to get around the token. The token's too beefy. I actually special summoned Gaia thinking I could destroy the token, but it's only attack position monsters. So I just really need an out to the token at this point. So I'm pretty much going to lose to the token. But luckily I do top deck a monster reborn. Reborning the guy, destroying the token. I decided that I needed to attack the face down with the Gaia because I used its effect to get rid of the token because he won't be able to attack directly. So, but it didn't have enough attack. And I believe at this point, my opponent can call it game. I don't know if he could have done something with this board. In this one, I'm facing Skull Servants, and I've played Skull Servants in the past. So I figured that I was just going to get OTK'd. I go for my fusion spell. I've learned that I can summon out the token, destroy token. It's pretty nice. The deck doesn't really have a lot of plays that it can do. It's pretty much just calling. I decided to not destroy his Unizombie. I'm just going to beat over everything. Or attempt to. He weakens me with White Princess. I thought I was going to go in and just OTK him instead of being OTK'd. I decided to Ash the special summon, but he burials, so we can essentially just do the same play again with a White Prince, which is pretty cool on his part. So he gets out 2 beat sticks, and then he'll also activate another burial. So he just has 2 kings at 5k. I don't really have a way to get around this. I'm going to try to get out a Gaia to pop 1. I go into a Warlord, switch 1 to defense, attack over the other. So I end, and he has a 7k on board. So at this point, I know it's game. I'm trying to make it to where he can't attack me, but he gets out another King of the Skull Servants, and with that one, I know it's game. This is going to be the final duel I show with this deck in its current build, and it is against Lightsworn, which is something that I've played extensively in the past. But he is playing Chaos Dragons with Lord of D. He's playing Chaos Lightsworns, or just Chaos Dragons in general, I suppose. He sets a Raikou, and since I know it's Lightsworns, I have to get out my general, otherwise I wouldn't have gotten him out, but I don't want his flip effect to go off. Set returns, so he's going to normal the Raiden, Raiden's going to mill, he's going to special out BLS, and I really hoped that he wouldn't banish, and that he would just attack my Gaia because of my face down returns. So I'm able to do special feat to get out fists, to get out Gaia, and then Gaia is able to banish, is able to destroy the BLS. At this point, my opponent surrenders. With the dual avatar playstyle and the archetype, it feels like there's only one path for the deck to go, and that's for dual avatar invocation or Soten calling to be played so you can get out your fusion monsters. Other than that, the deck doesn't really do anything. As long as so you just get out invitation as fast as you can, and that's pretty much the deck. So I'm going to be taking out some of the traps for back row removal. The deck doesn't have any right now, so I'm going to add in some and see how that works.